Hello to you all, my spooky guardians. Yes, we're still in the Festival of the Lost, and this time I thought I'd give you a few tips and tricks on how to do the tiny box of raisins quest, which can turn into a bit of a grind. Before we do that, I wanted to tell you about the free secret emblem that we've all got coming to us, but we can only get it within the next 2 weeks. It's called Dark Orbit, and I think it's rather fetching, particularly with that underside of the moon thing it's got going on. So anyway, go to the Bungie's rewards page, log in, and you'll see the Dark Orbit emblem, but you've got to make sure you've started the Festival of the Lost and gone to see Eva Levante in the tower. So once you've done that, go to the page, email yourself the reward, check your email, click on the link, and that'll take you back through to the Bungie's reward page, and it'll confirm that the reward has been automatically applied. So how do you get it? Well, go into your collections, go into emblems and events, and then you'll see the Dark Orbit emblem there. And what you've got to do is press X to reacquire it, and Bob's your uncle, it's back in your inventory. Marvellous! Wear it, go on. There's another cool freebie that we're all entitled to, and you can see it there. It's a Eris Morn PDF mask that you can download and print out to wear, which is very, very good. So you just got to do the same thing again, email yourself the code, follow the on-screen instructions. You do get a voucher code that you can apply at the checkout, and then you get an email with the download. Scrolling through, you can see that it's quite a complicated mask with lots of excellent little bits and bobs in it, and the front mask looks really good as well, so let me show you my finished version. Perfect. Okay, and on to the meat of it, the tiny box of raisins. Now there's quite a few steps to this and quite a bit of planet hopping, and the first place we go is to see the spider, and we have to go and kill 12 fallen Cabal, Hive and Scorn in a Tangled Shore. Now the Fallen are no problem, they're immediately outside the spider's hideout, so just go and shoot a lot of them. The Scorn are scattered around the place, but I found the best place to go was to go to Quitter's Well, which you can see me going into here. Basically on the way to the strike, you know, with the, what's his name? Oh, the big bloke with the massive head. You know, the Scorn baddie at the end. Him, yes. Well, there's lots of Scorn in here, so you can trash them nice and quickly. Then after that, for the Cabal, I popped up to Sorik's Cut and smashed their faces in. Might get a public event as well, which can help you. And then finally, after Sorik's Cut, I meandered my way to the Jetsam of Saturn, which is where all the Hive hang out. So just do it in this particular order, and you'll have this step done in no time at all. And then back we go to the spider. He gives us a winged chew, and then we have to bugger off to go and see Anna Bray in Mars. On Mars even. You can see her in Mars if you like. No tips or tricks here, it's pretty straightforward. It's just basically kinetic, power and energy weapon kills. So all you've got to do is step outside the front door, shoot them all in the face, come back and get the next step. She nicely gives you some unchocolate. Yummy. And we've got to go and take it to Ashamir on Io. So make your way to the Rupture. Sounds a bit painful. And he will give you your next tasks. Another straightforward one. 10 Vex, 10 taken, shot in the face. You can get those around the Rupture area, really. You're going to get taken spawning, and you're going to get Vex spawning, so just do the legwork on this one, folks. Asher's always been a bit of a weirdo and an anarchist, so he gives you a piece of celery instead of some sweets. So it's off to see Brother Pants in Mercury to do the next step. And this time we have to do Arc, Solar and Void kills. Now save you swapping your weapons over all which way, I'd recommend you drag your hard light out of mothballs so you can cycle through the affinities once you've shot 10 of each. So I got me 10 Void, me 10 Arc and me 10 Solar. You could also use the Borealis as well, because you can change affinity on that too. And once you've done that, go back and see your Brother Pants and he'll give you the next step. And it's Splice Drops this time, and the only AI we know is of course failsafe on sorry, my brain stopped loading then. Nessus, of course. So go and pick it up, and we've got to get Fallen, Vex and Cabal with your abilities. This is a little bit more of a pain in the bottom, so what I would recommend you do is stick on some Paragon mods on your armor and stack them up as high as you can to make sure your abilities charge as fast as possible. It's also handy to use double grenades if you can, so I went top tier Striker, which gives me an extra grenade, or if you don't like using that, you could put on the Armentary to make it go quicker. You can also double up on daggers with a Hunter, but I'm not entirely sure what to do with the Warlock. Sorry, I haven't used my Warlock for ages, he's sitting in the cupboard. Anyway, the Fallen and the Vex are easy to get. The one that can be a little bit tricky is the Cabal. You make your way over to the Cistern. There's a public event that happens called the Injection Rig, which is a nice place to get Cabal kills. Or if you find yourself waiting around and you can't be bothered to wait around, and who can blame you, because as soon as I got to this one it finished. So make your way down south of the map from the Cistern, past the Lost sector, as you can see there. And if you keep on going forwards, no, not that way, forwards. Yes, that's better. Keep on following this route and there'll be a bunch of Cabal just up ahead, so you can ability them to death. And that's that step done, so return to Failsafe to pick up the next bit of reward, and it's Salted Sweets, and this time we have to go and see the Gentleman Sniper, old Devram, on the EDZ. So make your way to the Trostland, and let's see what he wants us to do. Now this one can prove to be a little bit of a bum because it's finishers. It's because you need a super bar to make sure that you can actually execute the finishers. So first of all, take off any finishing moves you might have in your class armor that drops ammo, for example, you know, heavy or things like that. Take those out, so by using a finisher you don't diminish your super. And then you can go to the area just outside Devram, you can get your Cabal and you can get your Fallen there pretty easily. The tricky bit is the Taken. Now, I've found the best place to go and do these is if you go to the Sludge, and then you make your way down past the entrance to the Dark Forest, and you want to go over to the Lost Sector. And it's a taken Lost Sector called Hallowed Grove. So you can go in there, and then you can kill all the ones that you need to get it done. Then, of course, it's back to Devram to pick up the next step. This is the last but one, so hang on in there. And we're going to be going to the Dreaming City this time to go and see old Petravenge. Now, this time it's melee abilities, grade abilities, and super abilities. And I found, well, you can either wander around and do it all as you like, but I went down to the Lost Sector that was just underneath Petra here, the one in Aphelian's Rest. And here I proceeded to do my kickings by using my abilities and my grenades. The melee attack and the super attack is quite strange because I used the striker here, but you can see the moves I'm doing on the striker attack didn't count as a super kill, it counted as a melee kill. So only the initial slam down would have been a super kill. So I changed over to Sunbreaker and smashed all their heads in with hammers instead, and that seemed to work nicely. Nearly there, my guardians. Let's pick up the sugary engram from Petra once you've done that bit, and we're off to go and see Sloane on Titan. No special weapon requirements for this one, we just have to kill a certain percentage of creatures in the various areas. So we've got the Solarium, which you can see in the centre here, the Festering Halls, which is right from the Solarium as you're going in, and you've also got the Arboretum, which is left from the Solarium, so it's all in one place. So from the spawn point, go past the Witch's Ritual and then make your way through the beginning of the strike, which is Savathun's... I can never pronounce that. Savathun's Song? Yes, the beginning of that strike. And then you'll find yourself in the Solarium. So just kick them all in here until you get 100%, then hang a right from that direction and make your way over to the Festering Halls to do your 100% in there. You can't really get lost because it's only one path, you can't deviate, so you should be able to get these done quite quickly. And then go back to the central Solarium area, and then you want to go to the left-hand side of the room when you're looking at it as you come in, and that's when you do the Arboretum, kill your percentages in there, and you're done. Back to Sloane, pick up the Void Fizz, and we're going to go where it all began, back to Eris on the moon. And here we are. And for some really bizarre reason, she wants you to dance for her, or dance for her. Now, if you're an Awoken, you need to equip the Graceful Dance, which is what I am, so there we go, there's my Graceful Dance. But if you're an Exo, you need to do the Popping Dance, and if you're human, you need to do the City Dance. So once you do that in front of her, you've got the last final quest step type affair. So after she's drooled over your pervy dancing, she'll give you a bag of rubbish, and in that contains a toothbrush, and a shader, and some strange chocolate coins, and also some enhancement cores. Now, yes, I know all that's a little bit rubbish, but the good thing about it is this toothbrush, because you can brush your teeth with it, and by doing that, you complete the brilliant Smile Triumph. And why is that important? Well, that means you can complete the seasonal bunch of triumphs for the Festival of the Lost, and that in turn will unlock Eris Morn's mask for you to wear while you run around the haunted forest for the last week or two. I just want to say hello, welcome, and thank you to my new subscribers. I'm getting there, my lovelies, and it's marvellous. I love making these, so if you do want to see more Time Sausages videos, drop me a like, or a dislike, or a subscribe. That would be fantastic. This is also a nice little hidey hole to find. You know, it's behind Ikora. I recommend you come down here and meditate. When my Titan's getting bullied by hunters and warlocks, making fun of his low IQ, he comes down here and weeps. Happy Halloween, Guardians!
Time Sausages Gaming Channel.